Alright everyone, this is Mel again, and today, this is the part 1 version of my 2-part series because there's 10 other motorcycles that are not available in the Philippines and in the US. I'm just gonna mix it up right now. Unfortunately, to my Filipino viewers, this is gonna be a straight English only thing because it's going to be mixed up depending on market. So I will be telling you guys the motorcycle and which country does it go to, or the country that needs that bike. So today I will be mixing up Suzuki and Kawasaki. Yes, because Kawasaki's just wants to make sports bikes. Yeah, basically. And Suzuki's, some people might call them lazy by just rehashing current models like the new Hayabusa or the GSXS950 GT thing, whatever you call it. But before we start, subscribe to my channel. I hate saying this, but YouTube algorithm and malarkey, whatever. Subscribe to all my channels on different platforms. Like, comment, subscribe. Put a ding dong right next to it. Alright, let's start with the first bike. So to this video, it's going to be 5 only, okay? So the first bike that one of the country needs is, this will be in the US, and this is from Kawasaki. Since Kawasaki has a Z125 Pro, which is an awesome micromoto. It looks like a shrunken Z650 at some degree. But does most American know that there's a smaller version of the W800? Yes, and that's the W175. I bike tested this bike. You can check out that bar up there. And this is like a smaller version of the W800 Triumph looking bike. But the good thing about the Z175 is that despite of its made in Indonesia appeal, and it's more basically made for Southeast Asia in particular, I think there's a good market for that here in the United States because, guys, there's only one micromoto that the Kawasaki offers. Is that the Pro? But that's it. They don't even sell the semi-manual version, the one that I bike tested too in the Philippines. So the W125 is a good micro retro that can compete against the Monkey, or if ever the Honda Dax in Europe. But I think that's a good market, and a lot of people will have fun with it. One downside on that bike is that there's not many aftermarket options because of course it's not made in Thailand, it's made in Indonesia. So it's a good bike. I've ridden it a couple of years ago, and I think the US needs another Kawasaki microbike besides the Z125 Pro, or you can also import the semi-manual version. Okay, next bike. This one is also for the United States, not available in the United States, but I think it's available worldwide. And it's the much hyped ZX125R. Just think of this, a 250cc sport bike with a power that is almost inching to a 650 Ninja 650 territory in terms of power, in a small sport bike body. There's a huge gap in the market right now, and there's no high performance 250 sport bikes here in the United States. So Kawasaki, this is your chance. You can solo this market since you keep turning sport bikes every freaking day. You don't even want to make other categories. Just you always make sport bikes. So there you go. Bring the Z125. I'm not much of a fan of sport bikes in general. Not my cup of tea. Not a fan. I mean, you know, due to ergonomics issues, because I'm 6'3", so. But a lot of people misses a 250cc sport bike. I mean, just look at it. Looks like a shrunken Ninja ZXXR. And most of my Filipino friends are just having a hoot on that bike. But unfortunately, that stupid 400cc minimum displacement on the tollways is of a damper a bit. But, well, they're just gonna use it at Marilake and do some banking stuff. We go super lean angle in a street, which is do it on a racetrack, not on a mountainside, unless that mountainside is in the middle of the night. Whatever, that's your risk. Okay, third bike, all right. I've never even heard of this bike before till I checked out one of the European sites, the European websites. Doesn't matter if it's German. I think it's from Germany, I think. And this one is from Suzuki that the US needs. It's going to be the Suzuki GSXS950. I've never even heard about this bike since last week. I haven't even researched this bike, but I think this is Suzuki's chance to compete against the MT-09 and the Z900. Because where's Suzuki on the super naked bikes? But Suzuki doesn't have a 900, 1000, between the 1000 and below and the around 800 and up. So this is a good complement to the GSXS750. It's getting long on its tooth. It's getting very old, ancient in today's standards. But I've ridden it. I did a taste test, but it's on my corrupted hard drive right now. But this 950 is a surprise for me. I think I need to get a dedicated. I need to do a dedicated video about this bike because I've never heard of this bike before. So there you go, the Suzuki GSXS 950. Okay, moving forward. This one is for the Philippines this time. It's also Suzuki again. This bike has been around in the United States forever. It's almost as ancient as the KLR 650 by Kawasaki. But I've been wondering why Suzuki Philippines hasn't even imported this bike. I mean, it's perfect for them. It's perfect because it's a dirt bike that you can take it to the tollways in the Philippines. It has two flavors, and there's a growing market of dual sport bikes in the Philippines right now. And that bike is the DRZ400 series, the dual sport and the Supermoto, the SM. I've ridden the SM, and for what it is, it's good. I mean, it's not as modern as the KLX 300 that I taste tested back in Texas, but it's a good platform to modify. It's like the Toyota GR86 and the Subaru BRZ or the Miata. It's a good platform, and then you do whatever you want to it. Everride TV on YouTube channel loves the DRZ, Every dual sport and adventure riders swears to the DRZ400. Plus, it's Philippine friendly. You know why? You know why? It's carbureted. For some reason, Filipinos still clings on to that, like this water, still clings on to the carbureted engine. And this one has a carbureted engine. So if you're in the middle of nowhere in the Philippines, every motorcycle mechanic in the Philippines can fix it because it's carbureted. So it might not work well in Sagada and higher elevations, but who cares? It's a dirt bike that you can bring it to the tollway. That's worth it's 500 pesos at some degree. So there you go. And the last bike. So the last bike on my list will be, here's my question to you. Do you know any Kawasaki scooters available in the market right now? Doesn't matter if it's in the Philippines or in the US. I'll wait. Okay. You don't know anyone, right? Unless if you're in Europe. In Europe, they have this scooter called the J125. That scooter is perfect for, actually for both countries, in the Philippines and in the US. While the J300, which is right here, it's more logical to be released in the US instead, because as what I said before, as what I stated ever, that in the Philippines, a bike that is 250 cc's to 350 cc in the Philippines is basically a dead market. So the J300 is a very good Piaggio or Yamaha X-Max competitor, while the J125 can be a good Bergman 125, basically an oversized body with a smaller engine. Also a good 125cc, can be a good rival to the Zuma Yamaha. So yeah, the J125, the J125 is a good entry point for Filipinos and also in the US to be introduced to the Kawasaki brand. In the Philippines, they always rely on the Bajaj brand, but Bajaj doesn't offer a scooter in the Philippines. TVS does. But the J125 is not available in the Philippines. I heard some rumors from some Filipino YouTube videos there that it might arrive in the Philippines soon. But please, Kawasaki, you don't have a scooter. So basically bring the J125 in the Philippines, or Kawasaki North America, bring the J125 and the J300. You're the only Japanese Big Four that doesn't have a scooter in their lineup, and there's your chance right there. At least, hey, people would like to have a Kawasaki scooter once in a while. So, keeping it short, watch out for my part 2 of this series. And without further ado, I'll just say bye-bye.